and motivate them to come up, because it's hard to be the first group to come forward. Welcome to Fathers and Families. Group number 1, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
They say y'all ain't gonna say good morning back. Look.
Good morning.
Come on now, look. Come on
Tell us
now.
one more time, y'all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
That sounded a whole lot better.
That's my line.
I'm Rasheed Wallace.
I'm DeJuan Rain.
Sean Edwards.
Charles Adams.
Andrew Chapman.
And this is, well, I guess we Group 1, but our business ain't called Group 1. It's gonna be Fresh Start Construction. Fresh Start Construction is gonna be a non-profit organization, just sort of like this one, you feel me? But it's gonna be for people that's getting out of jail or that got backgrounds or can't get jobs and everything, and it's gonna give them the construction training and everything that they need to be able to further their life and their skills and everything. But it's basically gonna be targeted on the potholes all throughout the city. Cause I know there's a lot of streets with terrible, terrible potholes and everything like that. I've seen people break their axles on their cars just cause they didn't hit a deep pothole. I done seen people tear up their fenders, everything like that, all based off of potholes. Now I know it's a lot of construction going on around in the city now because they're doing the highways and everything like that, and they're redoing the streets, making the streets smaller. But we will put out a survey for all the civilians, and if people fill it out, then they fill it out. If they don't, then they don't. But the survey is mainly going to be targeted to target all the worst streets, because we're not just going to go over streets that, oh, it only got 1 or 2 potholes. We want to hit the streets that, oh, it's 10 potholes and this pothole is 2 feet deep, it's a crater in the street. Those are going to be the ones that we want to target. And we'll probably, for the program, it'll probably be about a year, maybe 2 years, and we're going to try to at least hit 50 of the worst streets all throughout, not just on one side of town, but north, east, south, and west. So, and then after that, because I know that the potholes come from the city putting salt down. When the city puts salt down, that's what eats the streets up. And I was doing a little bit of research, and my mom helped me out with this actually. She prefers to put sand down on her street, sidewalks and everything. The sand doesn't melt the snow and the ice, but it gives you more traction so that you won't slip and everything. Then you can have a cleanup crew come pick the sand up, just like a sweet streeper. The cleanup crew can come pick the sand up and everything like that. That way it doesn't tear up the street that we just rebuilt. So it'll save money on having to come back and rebuild the streets and everything again, but it'll also give people jobs and everything and make the streets safer. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta go. If y'all see my face, I gotta go. I gotta go straight to the back.
Gentlemen, one of the questions that I have is, how are you going to put together your particular infrastructure on attacking the potholes? What does it look like?
We're going to basically write to the mayor within our self, and we're going to present not just a proposal far as with $1 million. We basically want to address a pay toll basically for surrounding other cities that basically come inside within Indiana. I have traveled outside of Indiana within different areas or whatnot, and basically I somewhat see the other cities or whatnot surviving, and their streets are a little bit better or whatnot, basically through pay tolls. A lot of individuals or whatnot basically do not, how can I put it, know how much infiltrate income basically comes down 69 itself, far as through pay tolls itself, and that's what we wanted to address to the mayor.
Are you going to also maintain separate equipment as far as
Yes, because we're gonna have two groups. There's gonna be groups of 8, and they're gonna be able to tackle different parts of the city at different times. That way, we are not just focused on one street at a time. We can hit multiple. That way, people will still be able to drive. Because I know construction, it takes up a lot of time, and people be late to work and everything like that. And the equipment that we probably had 2 steamrollers. We get all the stuff we had 2 steamrollers. That way, we could pave a new pavement instead of just patching potholes. When they pave the new pavement, because patching potholes, that come right up. So we're gonna pave a new pavement. We're gonna have 2 steamrollers and everything like that. 2 people are gonna be certified to drive, and the other 6 employees are gonna be the ones laying it down and everything like that. And it's all planned out.
So a couple of things. One, great presentation. How are you going to get your initial funding, and then how are you going to sustain it? And the second question is, what's your name on the end here?
My name is Andrew.
Andrew, okay. We can't support anybody who dresses better than I do. But seriously, how are you going to get your initial funding, and then how are you going to sustain it?
The initial funding, like he said, we would ask for funding from the mayor and from the government and everything like that, and we would sustain it by basically, because it's going to be a reoccurring thing, because the streets are going to get bad anyways. So potholes are going to come. Even when I said instead of putting the salt down, you can put the sand down, potholes still might come. The weather in Indianapolis, we never know what's going to happen with the weather in Indianapolis. It was hot yesterday. It's cold outside today, so it can happen like that. So hopefully that, not saying hopefully the streets keep messing up and we have a job and everything, but that's basically what it's going to be.
Okay, thank you.
And I do want to reiterate what our president said. I haven't seen this gentleman look this good the whole time he's been in here. So let's give him a hand. And let's give group number 1 a hand again. It's always hard to be the first group coming up, so thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it. You guys can go ahead and
Yes, sir. Thank you.
tie. We'll make way for group number 2. Go ahead and come on up, gentlemen. Don't be scared. Boy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Group number 2. I'm David Regalado.
There's Tevin Edwards.
I'm Joshua Byers.
All right, our business plan was to try to help the youth in the city, try to keep them out of getting in trouble, give them good direction. The name of the plan would be the Youth Pathway to Prevention Initiative. All right, and the Youth Pathway Prevention Initiative is a 501 nonprofit dedicated to reducing youth involvement in crime and providing early intervention, mentorship, academic support, family services, and leadership development for students through grades 1 through 12. The Youth Prevention or Pathways to Prevention Initiative operates after school weekends and summer programs designed to build resilience, reduce risk, to reduce the risk factors and create long-term pathways to positive outcomes. Okay, with the annual budget of $1 million, we'll employ 7 full-time employees or staff members. Members relies on trained volunteers to deliver services to 4,600 youth each year. Our mission is to equip youth people with the tools to support systems and the support systems and opportunities they will need to stay safe, succeed in school, and to avoid juvenile justice system. The missions and values is to prevent youth crime and empowering the young people with mentorship, education, life skills, and a safe environment to promote personal growth and community resilience. Okay, the vision is the community where every young person, regardless of background, has access to positive role models, safety, purpose, and opportunity. Our values are prevention over punishment, equality, access, and inclusion, community, collaboration, compassion, and trauma-informed practice. Youth leadership and empowerment. Our organizational structures would be an executive director, a program director, a youth program coordinator, school outreach coordinator, a mental health services counselor, development and grants manager, and operations and volunteer managers. We're looking for about 20 to 40 volunteers, mentors, tutors, workshop facilitators, and event administration support. The board of directors is 5 to 7 members with experience in education, youth development, law enforcement, and fundraising and nonprofit governance.
All right, and with YPPI, we provide programs and services from K through 12, elementary to high school. Elementary, one point to be literacy and homework tutoring, social emotional learning, workshops, bully prevention, positive behavior, incentive programs, family engagement rights. With middle school through 6 through 8, mentorship program, conflict resolution, anti-gang workshops, arts and crafts and management, leadership development club, mental health check-in support groups. With the high school, from freshman to senior, we be doing college workforce readings, juvenile diversions, restorative justice circles, financial literacy and job skills, community service projects, youth leadership counseling. During the summer, we have summer programs for sports and recreation camps, job shadowing internship, youth internship boot camp. And outside of that, family and community service, we have parents workshops, families counseling, community resources referrals, and neighborhood prevention for safety and events. The theory of change, if the youth consistency, mentorship, and academic support, emotional guidance, and positive activities, then they'll build resilience, avoid negative peer groups, improve school engagement, and reduce all of crime involvement. The key outcomes will be to improve schools' attendance grades, increase pro-social behavior, fewer suspensions, disciplinary actions, reduce juvenile justice involvement, and stronger family, school, community relationships. And we'll be targeting, with another point, we'll be targeting the population with the ages, youth ages from 6 to 18, and anti-risk neighborhoods, students referred by schools, social workers, courts, and parents. Youth facing challenges such as academic struggles, unstable housing, trauma exposure, mental health needs, poor peer influences, and family stresses.
Our marketing and outreach strategy will be partnerships with local schools, police departments, and social services agencies. Also, as well as social media storytelling and family engagement, community events and open houses, referral incentives with schools and counselors, collaboration with local universities for volunteer recruitment. Our funding and revenue of $1 million budget will be, our funding sources will be grants from state, federal, and private foundations, which will make up 40%. Our corporation sponsorships will make up 20% of the budget. Individual donations will make up another 20% of the budget, as well as fundraising events that we hope to raise 10% on, and program partnership fees will be the other percent of the $1 million budget. First year budget breakdown, we hope to spend $550,000 of the $1 million budget, salaries for 7 staff members, including payrolls and benefits. That $250,000 will go towards programs and services as far as curriculums and workshop material, mentorship training, field trips, events, internships, and mental health services. Additional $120,000 out of the $1 million budget will go towards facility and operations as far as the rent, lease, or building maintenance, utilities, insurance, and security, program transportation to and from the facility. Administration will be $50,000 of the $1 million budget, which will go towards technology, software, accounting, as well as legal and compliance costs and office supplies. Reserve emergency fund of $30,000. As far as our evaluation on our impact measurement, we will measure the outcomes by using
I'm gonna take it over from here. The evaluation of impact measurements would be YPPYI will measure outcomes using pre and post assessments, school attendance for academic sports, surveys for youth, families and educators, behavior data, incidents and suspensions, juvenile justice referral statistics, annual impact report. Our target impact for year one will be to serve 400 to 600 students. We will try to reduce disciplinary incidents by 25% among participants, improve school attendance by the average of 10%, achieve 85% of parent satisfaction, and provide 200 plus hours of mentorship per student. The risk management, mandatory background checks for staff and volunteers, safety protocols for transportation and events, trauma-informed and de-escalation training, data privacy and confidential policies, financial controls and audits. Our long-term stability plan will be build multi-year grant commitments, develop corporate partnerships in tech, sports, and education, expand our volunteer base. Create an alumni leadership program, launch an annual fundraising gala, establish a 6-month emergency reserve fund. In conclusion, the Youth Pathways Prevention Initiative aims to create safe, structured, and supportive environments that keep young people out of the justice system on a pathway to success. With the $1 million budget, skilled staff and community network and partnerships with YPPI will deliver measurable life-changing impact for hundreds of young people each year. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Can you guys give me an idea of where your target area is? Are you looking to do this citywide, or is there a particular area or particular zip code you guys are looking at?
Citywide.
Citywide? Are there any other questions?
I mean, we believe citywide because there's not a particular area, whether it's a good area or bad area, where there's still not problems.
One of the things that I'm struck by is Brother Paris is wearing this purple. And we know that purple is a color of royalty, right? And we have an idea of fathers and families of bringing the kings out in the gentlemen that we deal with, right? But one of the things, even though we like to laugh around here, we're here with a purpose. So one of the things we want to make sure is that the kid in us doesn't kill that king in us. So we're very mindful of from the top of the organization on down, bringing that out. And I think that they did a wonderful job in working on that in the area that they're looking at. And I like the idea of doing this citywide rather than in one particular focused area. So let's give them a big hand again. If there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and bring up group number 3. And I know group number 3 has some equipment that they need to deal with.
Good job, man. Good job. Good job, boys.
How we doing, gentlemen?
There's two on each side. How we doing, gentlemen? Come on, now. How we doing?
Great.
Who are we?
We're gonna be what?
Great.
When?
That sounds a little better. Okay, as we get set up here, I would like to introduce you guys to Hot Deals LLC. Hottest deals in the city. My slogan is let's make a deal. I got these beautiful representatives here to help represent my company. I am the owner and CEO and operator of Hot Deals LLC. I have some examples here, but let's introduce ourselves.
Bradley Jean.
I'm Alex Franklin.
Mario Grizz.
Brian Henderson.
And I'm Rico Okendo. They are in the company, sometimes they just call me Fuego. Kind of rolls off the tongue. It's I try to be very candid with the people that I deal with because there's a lot of companies that have different needs, and I try to be understanding to people's financial situations. So hopefully that everyone will be understanding of mine to see increase. 1 second. Technical difficulty. Okay, cool. So we can, if I can get some lights back there, I'd like to use a visual aid. You guys don't mind. Again, Hot Deals LLC. This is the company. HD, not for high definition. We're a little sharper than that. Like I said, I am the CEO and owner. I've been operating autonomously for the workforce for about a year, and we're projected. My banker said about 6 figures by the end of next year, due to what the profit margin looks like. I'd like to introduce Mario here to present our problem.
And our problem is when we properly dispose type improperly, it mess with our environment. Fire hazards, water resources, and the reason why is the toxic runoff. The toxic runoff can go to our soil fertilizer or the water resources when the wind and the rain pushes it down to the soil drains. If that happens, we all will get sick if we drink the water from this toxic runoff. Another problem is if we throw tires in the woods, in the forest, and things like that, that toxic runoff can breed it to mosquitoes. And you know what mosquitoes do? They bite us in the summertime, and we all will be able to get sick from that, and we don't want that to happen. Another point, the outflow. So to stop this outflow, my brother Brian is gonna give us some solutions for us today.
Okay, solution today is right now our tires that we have that we go collect from big companies, all companies we collect, and we distribute them, dispose of them, the city tires that we cannot use, tires that we cannot use and we cannot recycle. We use those for like parks and stuff, you know, kids and stuff that we can use for our community. And I also need my guy to help me out too, because I'm getting kind of stuck sometimes. So,
Okay.
like the big guy.
Here to keep it sharp here. We are a wholesale tire distributor. Okay. So obviously the problem was the issue with tires. We work with the Indiana Department of Waste Management, filed December 1st. So the problem was with the tires being disposed of improperly and being stockpiled by companies that don't need them. The solution that he's explaining here is the collection of the tires from companies for monetary value, disposal, we will dispose of them to processing centers, and then the redistribution for the people that might need them in the community. You did a great job, though.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Cost effectiveness. We're missing someone, so I'm gonna step in. All these are actual pictures of my process. Don't mind my backyard here. Have a lot of vehicles. But we try to be cost effective in the way we deal with the people and affordable, reliable service for the companies that want to dispose of their tires and the companies that might need some for the community redistribution, excuse me. We sort through them. We'll go through that here in a second. We give competitive pricing due to the people that might want them having some type of, everybody comes through hard times, so that's kind of what we're trying to fill, the gap here. Because obviously the used tire companies, they try to make a profit, and there's some people who busted the tire because they couldn't afford brand new ones, and that's where we step in here, being cost effective. we'll turn it over to my receiving.
So, as far as receiving the vehicles, we have a variety of vehicles. We have 5 different vehicles for pickup. So our main vehicles are they are used for our extra large or large pickups. That's where we'll be picking up a higher quantity of tires or bigger size tires. That would be our E350 or our Ram 2500. And then in case of all businesses go through things, vehicle may be down, or we may just be trying to cut back on gas, or the load just may be smaller, so we have our smaller vehicles for pickup. That would be our Chevy Colorado, our Ford Explorer, and our Dodge Caravan van. So those would be our alternative vehicles.
Inventory.
So in inventory, we're focusing on the lifespan of a tire. A tire can last for about 3 to 5 years, and it runs about for 60 to 75 miles, 1,000 miles. And we focusing on keeping the tire proper and checking for holes, checking for tears, making sure we're giving out a good service. And we're looking at how we can sell this tire, what it look like. We're looking at the price we could get for this tire, and if it's for disposable, we dispose of it. Yeah, that's about it.
One more. Okay. So, in a nutshell, after we get through the inventory phase, and then that would be where we dispose of what is unusable, and the things that are usable, that's when we go for profit and cost more. So, the profit would obviously be redistributing the tires due to size and quantity, depending on the loads. Man, I'm very reasonable. Depending on the quantity, I want you to grab more here. I'm wholesale. Don't grab 10 tires from me. Now we're gonna grab the 100, and you're gonna come back cheaper. Now I do price them differently depending on if you got some matching sets here. Some of these are more of the sought after brands, and you know the cost is gonna be for processing. So skip to the next one. When I say the processing here, that's the benefit for our community, in that we get rid of the tires properly rather than in somebody's alley or in the trash can. But the expandability of our company, I don't know if anybody's seen Infinity War, but I like to call these my Infinity Stones. There are 3 different certifications, if you will, that are required to have a full encompassing company. There's only probably approximately 4 companies in Indiana. This is a bunch of money on the table for a good market here that have all of the different certifications. So the first one that I just filed December 1st, would be for transporting the tires. I get them from here to there and get paid for it. The second and third would require a building. This is where the funding comes into play. I need the equipment as well. So the processing, that's a separate certification. You have to have you have to be warranted by the state of Indiana to augment a tire in any way. There's obviously you can't just cut them up. It's not the legality of it all here. It's technically hazardous material. So that's where the equipment comes into play. There's also a third one for storage. When you get up to a certain amount of tires here, these tires are not biodegradable, as my problem man explained here. They're not gonna. You can't just throw them away, bury them. A tire is gonna be a tire. So with that third one, I can have upwards to 1,000 plus tires in one location to be able to sort through, etc. So the affordability of our company, the expandability and benefit. What all that means in conclusion here is that once the building is acquired, there's staff in play, there's more company vehicles, there's some professionalism behind what we do with the marketing. I like how one of the other groups brought that up. You know, I try to I want y'all to remember the logo here. These are framed in my kitchen, my home office at this point. I made my first call for this presentation. It's my first deposit and withdrawal from my business account. We got some good upward movement, but what we expand is I could not just do Indianapolis, I can do Indiana. People won't have to go somewhere to buy tires, somewhere to get their tires disposed, somebody to transfer. They can all just come to me.
One-stop shop.
We're dealer certified. Some of my 3 biggest companies, Andy Moore Nissan, Ray Skillman Mazda, I have current dealings with, and so many people, sorry you got it. O'Brien Toyota. Those are my 3 biggest now. Some of the smaller companies that I deal with, Drive Time, Rim Time, Circle City Hub. So there's some big business already in play, and $250,000 was all right, but everybody's shooting for $1 million here. Go ahead and give me that. I'll take the $1 million, and I can be able to employ some more people, put some more trucks on the road, put some more people in the trucks, get some more forward motion in that way. The equipment is obviously going to cost. The equipment's going to process the tires. There's 2 different ways you can process the tires. Obviously, the sidewalls are worth something separately, and the rest of the tire has rubber and metal. We will then be, once all 3 certifications are in hand here, we'll be taking the rubber, being able to distribute it. The metal, tires have metal in them. We'll be able to obviously get some, that will be profitable, and the sidewalls for construction companies, etc. So there's a lot that I'm already paying for, having to pay somebody to process them. That's a loss. We can turn that into a gain. We can make double, triple profit margin, man. If I'm getting 100,000 this next year, $250,000 next year, the year following, that's 3. That $1 million mark is not a 5-year thing here. You know what I mean? So I think we got something going, and the fact that I'm already operating and currently paying for my lifestyle and comfortably, I think it's an admirable way of showing the growth that is already taking place. Let me hit the lights for me. I would like to thank my members here that actually made it and tried to make my company look as good as possible here. Come on in. I want y'all to see that. You know what I mean? I will be an equal opportunity employer. I don't care if you have a felony, I have one too. Don't shy away. What's important is that you make it to work, that you on time, that you understand the mission here. We're trying to accomplish something for our business to grow. And I'd like to see hot deals in LA one day. Maybe our neighboring communities, Illinois, Kentucky, Ohio. I want this to be something that can be used in a very broad range of people, and it affects all communities. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're filling a need and a void, not just for Indiana, but for the United States of America. So questions, comments, and concerns? Come on in, Mr. Bell.
Hires, we do things for this business. It is needed. A lot of people can't afford $100, $200 tires.
Correct.
There is a hazard for having tires outside. They are a mosquito and rat harborage. So can you explain your storage process so Marion County Health Department doesn't get involved and shut your business down?
Wonderful question. They asked me the same thing. So obviously there has to be a building big enough. I have to have enough square inch to be able to house more than 1,000 tires with the certification. Plus, I guess I'm already at 10 grand worth of bonding. I'm secured in bond for that 25,000. They want a certain amount for the tires that will be there and the processing. So if the building is big enough here, have the equipment here, we'll have the area for inventory, we'll have another area for the redistribution, and separate trucks for each. We're not a used tire company. We want them in and out here. The quicker they gone, the quicker we can get more, and the redistribution, I think the pace would be a lot quicker. Once the funding, like I said, $1 million here, I could do a lot with that. I probably would spend a good $250,000. I won't want to rent a building. I want to buy one. And the expansion is what I'm looking for. I need some newer company vehicles with the company logo, real fresh, very well maintenance. More company uniforms. I want everybody to see that fire on us, because it's in us. I want to see on the outside. So yeah, I'll be making sure that the tires are in a dry, temperature controlled environment, so they don't harbor pests.
Where the toxic run out and get them go out into the water source and stuff.
Correct. I appreciate you straightening my tie on that one.
It's okay.
And what's most important is the pace in which we redistribute. Obviously, once we get the processing certification, we won't be worried about the disposing of them, which is a cost because I have to pay to get them disposed. That will turn into a profit. I'll turn a negative into a positive. We will take and process them ourselves and be able to make some residuals there. And obviously, maintenance of the company vehicles, bills, getting some employees, etc. Those things will be I'll have to be paid. But at least 10 company vehicles. Obviously, the box trucks are a little bit easier as far as CDLs and things like that. They're not needed. I can play them. They'll be in the company name, and everything will be bonded and insured. So, come on, Ms. Smith. I was waiting on you.
There he is.
So you're on Shark Tank.
Come on.
Mark Cuban says, get the million, I'll give you $2 million, but I want 40%. What do you say?
Huh. Okay. Give me 1.5 and I'll give you 15.
He said, no, I'm stuck, right? 2 million, 40%.
I think my expandability is a little bit better. You're gonna have to either come up on number or down on percent. Because the way I'm projected, man, 2 million, I'm gonna be at that million next year. You know,
a couple months.
well, I'll be optimistic, but
I'm talking about like six.
let's be realistic though. $2 million.
You take an annual precision.
$2 million is a wonderful offer, but 40% is a big cost.
A big number.
Would you come down on percent?
Just curious. The reason why I asked this is because to be an entrepreneur, right, these are the kinds of opportunities that are going to be presented, right? So I'm more interested in your thought process, right? And then two, what your level of tolerance is. Right?
I do believe in myself, yes.
Okay, curious. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Smith.
So,
Think about that $2 million.
relative to the question that Mr. Smith asked, what does growth and timeline look like for you? Let's just take the next 2 years.
Wonderful question. So, just going off the bank statistics off 365-day period, they said $125,000. Not taking away from costs, taxes, etc. Uncle Sam. You know, that's with one truck, me, and I private contract my employment out currently. Means you work for me today, I'll pay you, and we'll see about tomorrow. But if I get the $100,000 here like I want, let's say that's just with one vehicle. Let's put 5 on the road. Well, let's just be positive and say if one made 100, that's $500,000.
Right.
You know, they don't have to be brand new vehicles. I'm going to be maintaining myself. I have personal mechanics that do that sort of thing. Hot Deals LLC is not, for the record, just a used tire distributor. The IRS understands me as a private contractor. So there are other facets of my company that can help the expandability. That's why that 40% was a little modest, because I do moving and hauling. I do sell and buy things like vehicles, rims, with the tires. So the reason I named it Hot Deals is because let's make a deal. What do you need me to do? What would you like for my company? What space would you like my company to fill? How can it be profitable for both of us? How can we come out shaking hands and smiling? So I try to be very compromisable with my prices. Like I said, somebody want to buy one of the vehicles, they can get them. You know what I'm saying?
They must go.
They can get them because I'm looking at a very broad range of things that I'd like to do. Yeah, the building would house tires, but I'm gonna have some cars in front for sale. You can come on in, and if you need something moved, we're gonna try to be 2 men in the truck. We hotter than that now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to think in this square box of what we do, but more of a broad range of what we are capable of and can do. So 5 years, 5 million is an easy mark to make. 3 years, I could say 5 and 2 really. Just depending if I keep this pace. If obviously the job security with the bread and butter here, the meat and bones will be the tires. Every vehicle needs that, and the fact that I'm dealing with dealers, they have a certain tread count that they go for. So even if it's not a bad tire, they gotta get rid of them at a certain standard. I'm getting more than I can get rid of half the time. But when I get rid of them, it's a pretty good day. So I think a 3 to 5 year margin, this will be a easily multi-million-dollar company. I'm going to be at 6 figures here in a few months.
Anything else?
I'm waiting on Corey, man.
We got that smile. We waiting.
Yeah. Anything.
You know, I gotta be 100% right.
Come on.
So if I was an investor, the one thing that's scares me is that, initially I thought I was investing in a 100-meter dash sprint. But why do you somebody run a 100-meter dash? So I'm investing in this bet. So now I hear you run a 100-meter dash, run a 200, run a 300, run a 400. You got so much going on. My theory is you're not focused enough to conquer one thing first. So if I was an investor, the first thing I would think is, yes, way too much going on. I need somebody 100-meter dash and that's it. Maybe 5, 6 years from now, you can maybe advance other stuff. But right now, I need somebody that run a 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
That's my only fear as an investor.
Well,
Too much going on.
I'm gonna speak on that. Because I would like to be able to kind of like leaving money on the table. I try to leave my options open, but this is my focus. It's how I pay my bills every day. So because my financial situation is where it is, as not a wealthy man, but I'm pretty well off. At this point in time, my focus is a little divided because if it makes sense, it makes sense. But if I had an investor with a vision in mind that aligns with mine, we could compromise there. Hey, this is what my money is for. And then we could focus on that as a focal point. And once the building is there and the sign is up and the commercials on TV, we could then maybe realign if it makes sense and more cost effective.
I understand.
Let me
I still stand on, I would have some of this focus and then expand maybe 3, 4, 5 years from now. But spend the first 3 or 4 years to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And me being a business, I experienced myself, where you see so much out there to get. But what I'm doing, I'm competing is her that's focused on one thing. If all they're doing is that one thing all day, and I'm doing 20 things, who think we're gonna win out?
Correct.
So my biggest thought is just stay focused on one thing. And I know there's a lot of things in the world out there, there's many options, but the more streamlined focus you stay on one thing, the better off you can be. And later on, maybe expand, because you want to be great at that one thing first, and then expand from there. That's kind of my thought process.
Okay, I can definitely take the critique, sir. I appreciate that.
Great job, guys. Great job. I love
I have to kind of laugh along with Mr. C because I could have used him last week. I could have used him last week.
He didn't think about you, Rico.
It's all right.
The business wasn't advertised to me last week, but we'll be looking forward to it. So let's give them a big hand. Good job. You guys did very well. We appreciate you. Group number 4. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Hey, I gotta put myself out there.
It's cool, it's cool.
Boy,
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
see.
I just started doing this recently.
Hey, how y'all doing out there today? Hope everyone having a good day. Well, this is our organization that is called Boys to Family Center and Indianapolis Community Renewal Initiative. And our mission of this program is the Boys and Family Center exists to break cycles of gun violence, bullying, drug involvement, homelessness, and reincarceration by rising the next generation of strong, motivated young men while simultaneously supporting formerly incarcerated fathers and families today. We invest in boys so they become leaders who build stable homes tomorrow. And we invest in returning citizens as homeless we invest in returning citizens and homeless families so they can be the role models their sons need right now. Through mentorship, education, job training, housing placement, and safe spaces for creativity and recreations, we are building a safer, stronger Indianapolis, one boy, one father at a time.
Hello everyone, my name is Calvin J. Washington. The data that I received, it was brought forth by Keon White. The problem we are solving, supported by data, is Indianapolis recorded 215 homicides in 2024. The majority by men under 30 and firearms. 1 in 3 black boys born in Marion County today will spend time in prison if the current trend continues. 70% of men incarcerated in Indiana are fathers. Most of them lose contact with their children while inside. Youth who have a positive role model are 50% less likely to carry a weapon or join a gang. Chronic homelessness and trauma, untreated trauma, are the #1 drivers of recidivism.
My name is Damon M. Hall. We have 2 phases for the interconnect solution for the boys. Phase 1, Boys Family Center After School Evening Program, a safe, fun, male-focused center for boys ages 6 to 17, operating Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. The location is the church building on Broadway, indoor classrooms, plus future outdoor parks and full basketball courts. They're gonna have daily activities such as mentorships, art, music, life skills, classes, dinners, and sports and homework help. The goal is to keep boys engaged, emotionally healthy, and of leadership track while their parents are working. Phase 2.
Phase 2, returning citizens and family renewal program, adult track. We target formerly incarcerated fathers, homeless men, and men recently released who want to reconnect with their sons. The services that we provide are job skills training, felony-friendly employment placement, housing, navigation, and rapid rehousing partnerships, violence intervention coaching, fatherhood classes, and peer counseling. weekly joint father-son events at the Boys Family Center, creating real-time role modeling. When fathers heal and succeed, their sons see it every day, breaking the cycle in real time.
2026 pilot year, measurable outcome. We will deliver. Number one, we will serve 125 to 150 boys nightly, Monday through Friday. The second thing we will do is enroll and graduate 25 formerly incarcerated or homeless men through adult renewal programs. Thirdly, reduce participants' recidivism risk by 60%. Achieve 80% school attendance improvement for enrolled boys. Zero weapons related incidents among participants. Renovate and open outdoor parks and basketball court by September 2026. Our budget that we are asking our donors to invest in us in is a 1 year, January the 1st through December the 31st, 2026. The total need is only $485,000. Staff directors and plus four part-time, that will cost us about a budget of $245,000. Our food program, dinner plus snacks, that's about $68,000. A 15-passenger bus plus driver is about $52,000. Outdoor park renovation is about $65,000. The curriculum, art supplies, sport equipment is about $25,000. Housing navigation and emergency system fund is only about $30,000. Why invest in us?
All right. How you doing, man? How you doing? Let's be
Great.
Win
Today.
Hold on one more time. Let's be
Great.
Win
Today.
I always want to do that. Thank you for our presentation. I do appreciate y'all for listening to us. We did give y'all paperwork so y'all can take this stuff home, because this is not something that we're just talking about. This is actually something that's tangible. When we're talking about an actual building that we have already set up where we can get this stuff started for the boys today. Because honestly, and I hate to do this, Mr. CEO, Buddy Man, but we wouldn't really need this program if we worried about the kids before they got to these stages. So this is what we're here to do, and this is why we say that you should invest in us, that this is something that can actually become real, not only just within this city, but every city wide, okay? So what we got here today, if we just go in our conclusion, your investment doesn't just fund a building or a program, it funds the only initiative in Indianapolis, the only initiative, by the way, not Boys and Girls Club, but just for boys, right, in Indianapolis that simultaneously mentors the next generation while rebuilding the current one. Every dollar you give presents a future homicide, a future prison sentence, and a future broken home. We're actually ready to get started really next week if we can get the money, but we're ready to get started January 1st of 2026. We already have the building, the nonprofit status, and the community partnerships with the passion to make this actually something that could be real. We now just need the investors who believe that we can actually make a change and we can actually make strong boys as well as strong men. So at the end of our conclusion, right, join us and let us make Indianapolis greater so that we can end the cycle. So with that being said, I thank you for listening to our presentation. Take this home, talk to your parents about it, talk to your peoples about it. Let your boys know there's a place where they can always come, where someone loved them. And I thank you all. Thank you.
Do we have any questions?
My heart is happy. Over the last 3 weeks, I think everybody in this group, this is probably the quietest individually of all of the groups. You guys just kind of do your thing, you know, have your little discussions, but you don't talk a lot, you're not very vocal. But the fact that you stood up here, you had your own individual part, you projected, man, I'm so proud of y'all.
Yeah.
And this is a good-looking group to begin with, but I want to take a minute. Michael, you want to come stand next to me for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Michael and Wayne are two of the youngest guys in this room. These programs didn't exist when I was their age.
Yes, sir.
So for them to come in and to take advantage of those opportunities, my hat's off to them. They've done a good job, and I want to take my hat off to them right now, and I want to give them a little round of applause. Good job, young man. And one more for the group as well, because they did a good job. Gentlemen, I appreciate you. Group number 5.
I would like to thank fathers and families.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Good job, Watson. Good job, my brother.
Good job. Good job, Calvin. Good job. Great
Today our group project is called Safe Lives, Safe Streets, which will help, properly help both homelessness and the construction happening around the city of Indianapolis. Of course, my name is Ed Levy. I also have my brother here,
Michael.
Brandon. Davion Washington.
we are looking forward to helping single homeless men around the city of Indianapolis with a $1 million budget, with half of that going towards investing in education and proper hands-on training. We also investing the other half in terms of housing and proper transportation to help each other out when it comes down to getting each homeless individual off the streets and giving them the proper housing to get the education that's needed when it comes to all of this. We're investing to, we're looking to talk to the mayor or governor about this in order to get the proper funding necessary to start it off. I think that's it on my part as of right now.
Good job, bro.
Good morning. So when we get these individuals into a public house, our goal is to train them, certify them, to be able to do these jobs on the street. So we would have funding for programs as far as a computer class. We could teach them how to get certified. We have 2 instructors, about 2:18 to 2:20 ratio, instructor to student. We would teach them through modules, through on-site, on-the-job funding. We would also teach them how to just use basic computer skills, fill out the resume so they can be ready for the job, attend Zoom meetings. Also, any extra obstacles that they may have, which is like licensing, high school diploma and all that. We already have an exemplary, stable amount of resources in Indianapolis that can help with that, so we'd outsource and use open source to refer them. We'd also have second helpings, help us with the food. We do the training on site, and then we'd get them to the next situation.
So I'm going to be explaining basically the transportation part of homeless and construction. Okay. In a city like Indianapolis, where community support, workforce availability, and accessibility are critical to long-term growth, route force becomes more than a shuttle service. It becomes a bridge to opportunity, and a bridge to employment, a bridge to stability, and a bridge to toward a better future for people who deserve reliable support. By directly addressing the transportation barriers faced by homeless individuals and construction workers, route force transportation delivers a solution that is practical, human, and essential. What makes route force transportation a powerful solution is that it do not attempt to compete with existing transportation systems. it complements it. It steps into spaces where buses do not go. At hours they do not run. Serving people, a general system is not designed to prioritize. This creates a transportation network that is both targeted and deeply impactful.
Good morning, men.
Good morning.
Let's be
Great.
When?
Today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be explaining like the construction part. The construction part would be vary in different areas. Once we basically conclude like most of the route running in the computer systems, wherever they feel they should put themselves in, they can do so. So like if they wanna basically be a groundsman, a plumber, or an electrician, you can do so through this program. This program will help a lot of people. I feel like we have the outsource and the resources to continue to make the construction a lot easier on all of us, because it can make us late to work, like certain highways like I-69, Benford, 465 west to east. There's a lot of like solutions that I feel like we can come up with through this program. That's really all I have, but one thing I think is also something that we could do is as we reach out to the homeless and put them through this program, we can continue to make it less appropriate where people are just sleeping outside with covers on. You know, they're just out here on the corners and they're asking for change. They won't have to ask for that anymore.
Do we have any questions? There's a couple things that I want to say. First of all, Brother Ed was pretty nervous earlier, kind of pacing a little bit, but I think he did a wonderful job. So let's give it up. And the second one that I want to say is Davion here. I was looking out yesterday and I was hollering for Davion. He was right in front of me. So I'm asking, where's he at? I say that because Davion is one of those people who doesn't draw attention to himself, but he gets things done. So he gets those things done without having to draw a bunch of attention to himself, without having to say, look at me. So there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for the whole group. I think they did very well, as nervous as they were. I think all of our groups did very well. So let's give it up for everybody. Thank you, I appreciate you. I want to thank all of our groups, and I also want to thank, from the top of the organization on down, this is one of the few organizations that I've ever worked in where I have a president and CEO and acting vice president who come down, they talk to the guys, they have lunch with the guys, and they interact with the guys. Most of the time in the organizations that I've worked in, you've been far removed from upper management. So I want to thank them for being, one, initiating the gentlemen to work on the problems in their own communities, because that's where those solutions will come from. And I want to thank them for being as interactive with the gentlemen as they have been. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn the floor over to Mr. Smith.
Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good, good. First thing I want to say is you all look good. Right, you look good. There's a phrase that the clothes make the man. I don't agree with that. Right? The man makes the clothes. You don't look good because of what you are wearing. Right? You look good because of who you are. Right? So I want to say that. Secondly, you know, I spend probably, as I think I probably shared with you the first week, probably 40% of my time, 50% of my time doing this, right? Standing in front of people, asking them for money, right? It takes a lot of money to run this organization, right? And to do all that we do. This year, I think we raised a record amount of money, probably by the end of the year, about $6.5 million this year we've raised. Yeah. presentations that you made, I mean, let me just say this, and I'll have something to say individually about all the groups, but were very strong, right? Very well thought out, very convincing. You answered a lot of, I think that's why there weren't very many questions. You answered, the questions during your presentation. So groups 1 and 5, short, to the point, very, very clear in what you said, so really appreciate that. Group number 2, extremely thorough, right? You really laid out everything, right, in the group. Group number 3, Rico, I think this is the first, I'm sure this is the first time we've ever had anybody present their own company, right? And so you did a very, very good job with that. And then group number 4, excellent, particularly Calvin here, memorizing your part. I don't think I've ever seen that with any other group before. Have you? Yeah, memorized your entire, that was very, very impressive. So just give yourselves another round of applause. Outstanding job. Next steps, we're going to go and take a group picture. We're not going to be outside long. I know it's cold outside. It's going to get colder this weekend. But we take a picture with every group. It's just a part of our tradition, something that we do. I love this. Listening to the class presentations, it never gets old, right? It is just something I love to do. Can't wait for graduation on tonight. That crowning achievement. I'll have a lot more to say about that this evening there. But I'm really, really proud of you all. You all did an excellent, excellent job. Okay. All right. With that.